Hello Internet, welcome back to another edition of Eric's Corner with a word of the not so wise. Today I'm going to be talking about a bug out loadout. I've talked a little on my show about bugging out. This is more for like the single guy or girl that needs something to take and run away with. This is something you can have if you live in an inner city. This backpack right here, it was cheap. It's not really good quality. I'm not pitching for the company. It actually has a rifle pouch here that's going to land right against your back. I thought it would be cool, but I didn't think about a rifle bolt sticking into your back, so it's not really functional. It's got really cheap zippers on it, but I mean, it'll do you in a bind, and it's bugging out on a budget. Little fishing reel, can opener, paint to paint your face. I have shotgun charges in here for some reason, for booby traps if you're that kind of guy. A tourniquet, which is important. I'll get into that in another episode. Let's see, you gotta have a good, decent multi-tool. This is expensive. You can get a cheap one that will do you in a bind. This right here is a water filter. That's really important because you have to have good drinking water. This will distill up to X amount of gallons depending on how clean the water is. Obviously mud water, it's not going to last as long, so use that in a pinch. Where's my zippers? Right there. And this is the main pouch right here. So I keep copper tubing in here. You can build a still out of this. I have you need to put a pot in here of some kind of tarp to keep you dry. I put a high visibility vest in here just so you can signal people if you need to. Some gloves, something cheap but will do you in a bind. Electrical tape and duct tape, very important. A fillet knife or a gutting knife. So if you have to get wild game, batteries, 9 volts, and you got to think about also not necessarily what you might need, but what other people might need. Little airplane shot bottles, good way to go. Good trading materials for the alcoholics among us. There's lots of ammunition in here. I don't keep a pistol in here because I have kids and so forth, but you need to think about it's just for protection and shooting your way out of a situation, and of course, defending yourself. It's not that critical. Some cold weather gear, depending on where you are. And first aid. Again, very important to have something to help yourself. Toilet paper, paper towels, light stuff. I talked about my bug out truck, my deuce and a half, hose clamps, extra material. Just you should have a toolbox in there. And again, you can get this stuff from Harbor Freight for really cheap and keep it with your bug out vehicle. But again, I'm talking about if you live in an inner city, just something you can grab and leave. I put this together when I was on the road to where it was easy. I could really simply just grab it and run, jump in the truck, run it till I run out of gas, dump into the woods. Because I spoke before about, you know, people in cities and in densely populated areas, they panic. You have to get away from each other. Wait till the dust settles, and then you can work on rebuilding from there, depending on how big the disaster is. So that's my bug out loadout. Again, really simple. You should have lighters and things to start fires. Again, okay, well, whatever, I'll do that later. I'll talk about the tourniquet. I was taught not to use one because, well, you don't want to use a tourniquet because you'll lose a leg, but you don't necessarily have to stop the bleeding, just slow it. It's really used in an event where you'll have medical attention close. but it's either bleed out or lose the leg. I would really rather lose the leg. That's just me. So that's what they showed us to use when I was in the Navy. But we were on a ship where we'd have medical attention close by, out in the woods. I mean, it's kind of up to you, where medical attention may be very far away. So that's the general bug out bag. I've got a buddy, I'm hoping will come on the show and talk about it. He's much more prepared than I am. So hopefully he can give you a little bit better advice. But that's a general bug out pack. Again, if you live in an inner city, keep a basic pack together. I know there's no food in there, but also, you know, have a plan. Where are you going to go? Little fishing rod and fishing bait, basic stuff. A little tackle kit. If you have, let's see here, I think there's a road flare signaling for help. Again, you might want to stay quiet and not alert attention, but you might need it also. There's a hatchet and bug spray. For the love of God, bring bug spray. So just bring the basics. It will keep you a little more comfortable and alive. I mean, again, I can grab this pack and take off into the woods, and I personally can survive indefinitely off of what I have in there. Again, I don't keep a gun in there because, again, I have kids, but at the time when I didn't have kids, well, keep your gun in there, keep your extra AR-15 for hunting and defense purposes, and of course to maybe shoot your way out of a situation. Hopefully it doesn't come to that, but you never know. So that's the basics. Yeah, if you like what I have to say, smash that subscribe button and keep following me. So thank you for joining me.